Hello, welcome everyone. Today we will be storing and organizing my Ateez of Mingi photo card collection. I'm really excited to get this started because there are more Mingi photo cards coming, okay? There's Golden Hour Part 3, there's all the POBs that are coming, probably tour merch photo cards, like there's more imminent, so I really need to get these sorted and put away before the pile grows any bigger. So we have the Korean album photo cards on this side, and then we have everything else that's not a Korean photo album photo card on this side. I'm going to be using a brand new Meow Cafe binder, so let's get started. Okay, so we are using this big behemoth A4 plus binder. It is 3 inches from Meow Cafe, and I also got it in white because I thought that was very much a Mingi shade color. You'll see too that I've sleeved the album inclusions in the white framed photo sleeve, and then the POBs in silver, the silver gray photo sleeve frames, because again, I thought that was very, very Mingi. You'll see here that I did do some organizing beforehand. I did put in the cards that are missing, and then I did try to put it in a way where it was like a page per era or a few pages per era. You can see here I use these Mandu Deco black sleeves just as like the decorative filler, but I'm thinking of switching it to the white sleeves or maybe even like a glittery silver sleeve. We are going to start from the very beginning here. As you can see, the same with my Uno collection in the last video. Because I didn't start collecting photo cards from Ateez until like their Will era, I missed out on a lot of their earlier photo cards when they were in print. And so I'm just doing catch up. You'll see that as we get closer to the more later or the latest releases, so from I would say Will era onwards up to Golden Hour Part 2, I have a lot more cards, but I'm still working on finding any of the treasure cards. I just have this wave. Is this the wave one? Hold on a second. What's it called? Let me just bring up the template. Yeah, the illusion. This one's the illusion photo card. I don't have the wave one. This one's going right there. So I just have that right now for my treasure card. And then we'll be going on to Fever era right here. And I luckily pulled this from the Fever album. I'm actually pretty good at pulling Mingi. I say that Jungho, I suppose, is the one that I tend to get a lot. I tend to pull a lot of Jungho in photo albums, but I've been pretty good with Mingi. He's not elusive to me. He does not escape me, so it's not too bad. But I would say the majority of album photo cards I purchased from sellers and not, not pulled from the albums themselves. I did get lucky when I first decided that I wanted to start collecting Mingi or just Ateez in general. I didn't know what to do. I had no idea about, buy, sell, trade Instagram. I had no idea about group orders or anything like that. So the first place that I went to was actually eBay. I saw that there were some Mingi photo cards for sale from eBay sellers, not knowing at the time that not all, but there are some notable eBay sellers that will sell the card for maybe more than it's actually worth, and that's what happened to me. I think I bought, what was it? It was another Will era card that I ended up buying for with tax and shipping and everything to get it to me. It was $15 for one Will album photo card. That is, now looking back, I was like, that's ridiculous. Why did I do that? But I kind of was like, well, let me, I didn't know any better, but at the same time as well, when I bought it and I got it, I was like, is this what photo card collecting is going to be like? How do people get all of these photo cards? Are they paying so much money at a time for just the album photo cards? But then obviously that, that is not true. I then, learned about buy sell trade Instagram. I actually found the Reddit marketplace on the Ateez subreddit. And for a while, that's actually where I got some photo cards as well. So yeah, I did do my first kind of bulk order of Mingi photo cards over Reddit. And there was this really sweet person that was selling, that was actually dropping their Mingi collection. And she was Canadian, she was from Toronto, and she kind of walked me through actually the whole buy sell trade thing on Reddit. At least I still didn't really know too much about the buy sell trade on Instagram, but she walked me through it. She was super sweet. She she told me kind of what the process would be about, sending proofs, sending videos, all of that. And it was she made it like a really pleasant process. She actually offered to send just one Mingi card because she knew that like I had never done this before, and she could have taken advantage. She really could have, but I don't looking back, she definitely didn't. And she was so nice about walking me through all of the information that I had no idea about. So I ended up getting a lot of my some, I think, like a lot of the Fever Part 3 and Fever Epilogue photo cards came from her, from this user on Reddit. And so I then bought several photo cards off different people off the Reddit marketplace. And then I noticed that, the users on Reddit would be like, oh, if you want to see proof, I have it on my buy sell trade account on Instagram. So I then just eventually heard that enough where I was like, oh, okay, sure, I'll go check that out. And then realized that there's a whole buy sell trade Instagram world out there for photo cards. And that's when I really just jumped in and started purchasing photo cards. I kind of learned sort of quickly that things like I prefer to buy from Canadian sellers, mainly because the fees, I just save so much on fees and on shipping. Just not being able to pay the PayPal fees. Like, you don't pay fees with e-transfer. So, but I learned that very quickly after dealing with a few US sellers who, again, there was nothing on them. They were all very nice, but it was mainly, I just kept paying all these extra, like, few dollars here and there for PayPal fees, and of course paying extra to mail it to me. So I've mainly, for the most part, just stuck to Canadian sellers on Instagram. And I had no plan when I first started collecting. Like, it was, again, only very recent did I decide that I was going to collect Mingi, like try to go for all or most of his Korean album photo cards. And previously I was buying what I liked, and if it was like at a good price, and I say good price, but again, I had no idea necessarily what was like a good price for album inclusions versus non-album inclusions versus POBs. I had to just learn along the way, and I found some really informative people, especially on TikTok, that would talk about, collecting and buy sell trade. So that was really helpful. But a lot of it, I was just kind of figuring out myself along the way. So, I mean, it's very likely that I did get ripped off at some point. I did get scammed once. This wasn't on Instagram. This was on Reddit. It was, again, in the early days. And I think because I had such nice experiences with the with like previous Reddit marketplace users, I just kind of was expecting the same. Yeah, so I did get scammed once. And it was over Reddit, and it wasn't, I definitely was one of those people that thought like, oh, they're asking for like $10 for two photo cards. Like that's not a scam. But it turns out it was. I sent them the money. They then deleted their account. And it was my fault too, because I knew the process was to ask for like a proof video, which they did not send me. And so I really should have clocked that and asked for a proof video. And if they were like no or whatever, then that would have been a flag for me. And I remember telling my friend that, in the moment, I didn't think that someone would be scamming you out of like just $10. Wouldn't they be asking for like $100 worth of photo cards or more, or even $50 worth of photo cards? But then you realize that they are probably scamming multiple people. And if you get 10 people paying like $10, $15 for photo cards that you promised, then, that ends up being over $100 right there that you just scammed people out of. So yeah, that was a bit of a wake up call. Actually, I think this was the photo card that I overpaid for Etsy, and like obviously like paying $15. I live and learn. Don't do what I did. Please don't do what I did. If you're just getting into collecting, I would say, find some good people on TikTok who will explain, buying photo cards, that method for you. Preferably someone from your country who collects, because I think that would offer, like a little bit more information, or like unique information to like the shipping or any fees or anything like that specific to your country. But I have gone on Etsy like one more time after that to buy photo cards, and it was actually because I really wanted that Jake Romance Untold photo card, the one, I'm just gonna put it up there. Like I just really wanted it, and like I couldn't find it on Instagram anywhere, so I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna buy it. Did not pay $15 for it. I paid less than that, but it was one of those things where I was just like, okay, I got it. I just really, really wanted it, and it was on eBay, so okay. But other than that, I've done the majority of buying and purchasing my photo cards through group order managers, through sellers on Instagram. And I still do go look at the Reddit marketplace for any Ateez photo card sellers in the Ateez subreddit as well from time to time. Okay, we're already into golden hour part 1. I know that there's gaps in here, and I'm trying not to. Sometimes the sleeves that I use make a little bit of a gap here. So I think like when I run out of the other photo card sleeves, I'm gonna buy ones that are not as long as the ones that I have been buying. But yes, it was only recently that I decided to fully collect all the album photo cards. Again, I'm not necessarily doing the All to Action anniversary photo cards. Again, unless I happen to find one and it's not selling for like $80 or whatever, then I will probably get that. But so far, that's not been happening. So with Golden Hour Part 1, I am missing, as you can see here, a lot of the digipacks, and I am missing some more here, but we're getting more and more into it. I think I had the most for Outlaw so far. Okay, and I think now we have Golden Hour Part 2. And yes, I have the most for, like, I have, I guess, the second most for Outlaw, but then Golden Hour Part 2, the latest release is, well, Golden Hour Part 3 is already out, but the release beforehand, Golden Hour Part 2, I do have the most cards for that. I'm only missing a couple of cards. Again, they're coming though, so should be able to complete my Golden Hour Part 2 Mingi collection very soon. Yeah, like this one, I'm only missing an image card from their platform, or is it their platform or their Polka album? So right now, on top of collecting for the latest era, it is still, my goals are still just to find the cards that I'm missing from the previous eras, and collecting for others in between. So I do think I want to try and like fully collect the album photo cards for Bangchan from Stray Kids and Yeonjun TXT, and maybe also Jihyo from Twice. But you know, right now priority is trying to back collect on Mingi and Yuno. But I think that as I find, I have been finding a bit more like TXT sellers, and there's actually a lot of Stray Kids sellers. Actually, if you are Canadian, you should be following like the Skiz Tags Canada Instagram account. So that's been a good spot for finding a lot of Bangchan cards. So when I get around to it, I will probably be like really obsessively checking on Skiz Tags Canada to see if I can like back collect on like Bangchan next. And then we're all done. The album inclusion photo cards. You can see here that I pre-did Golden Hour Part 3. Again, those photo cards are incoming. They probably won't be all at once. I do have the albums, which I'll be opening in another video, and you know, we'll see, because again with Ateez I keep all of the photo cards no matter what I pull, and then if I'm missing Mingi or Yuno, that's when I turn to BST Instagram. So yeah, actually let me flip through it. So like it's pretty good. I'm pretty good right now with the space that I have. So I'm hoping that this will last a while in terms of me being able to use this binder for the majority of my Mingi collection. But I haven't put in any of the non-album photo cards, so we'll see how much more it kind of rises up after I'm done that. But yeah, here are my photo cards that I have of Mingi so far, and I'm super excited to continue collecting his album photo cards. I'm not doing the full, like, I'm not fully collecting his POBs. There are just way too many POBs. With that, I am getting the ones that I like, and yeah. And then, of course, like any Ateez merch releases this year, like their summer photo books, any of their DVDs, any kind of photo books that they release this year, I'll just be getting that as well. I have like Ateez and Treasure coming in, so that's going to be really exciting. So yes, that's that part for the Mingi binder. And now we'll switch over to the non-album inclusions. Okay, so for the non-album photo cards, I am organizing them by POB and exclusives, and then going back per like album. And then I think I also sectioned out any merch photo books, like summer photo books, membership kits, etc., magazine photo cards, and also any sort of collabs, so like the Pacific photo cards and anything like that is its own section as well. So we'll start out with Golden Hour Part 2 POBs. And I have a lot of Golden Hour Part 2 POBs. Kind of went a little bit much for this era. Again, it was also the era that I started to get POBs. Like I started to get into them like around Golden Hour Part 1, but on the tail end. Like I was in a few group orders, but I was still kind of into just like buying from people that were selling. Like I didn't get into group orders was like the next step after you know, just kind of doing like a buy and a sell of photo cards from people. So once that happened, it was kind of over for me. So I did like I think like 3 group orders, or like 3. I was in 3 group orders about at the tail end of Golden Hour Part 1. But Golden Hour Part 2 is when I really started to get into group orders. And you'll see here, like I have a ton of POBs from Golden Hour Part 2. And that was good. Like I honestly learned a lot about how group orders work as a participant. I learned, you know, about how like it's, you know, and I don't know if this is going to be the case for every single Ateez comeback, but like how they usually will be in the same outfits for a lot of the first part of their comeback. So I would say like for the first few months of their comeback, a lot of the POBs that come out are like they're wearing their album outfits. So you'll be getting a lot of photo cards that, you know, they'll be holding different things, but they will be basically in the same outfit. And then you start getting like their performance cards or cards where it's kind of a bit later on in the era. You'll have them switch up hairstyles probably for a few of the members. So that's that also is, I'm like for this era, for Golden Hour Part 3, I am in a few group orders at the start, but I'm trying to wait a little bit until like the second half of the comeback and seeing what new POBs come out when they're not in their album outfits. And so we'll see how that goes though. Okay, so this is all of I tried to do like, this is all like silver, or well, platinum blonde Mingi here and here, and then here he is in his kind of darker outfits. And then we have the exclusives, that's his pearl, and that's some other, so I tried to like theme it where he was in kind of the same outfits. Though, let me see here. I think what I'll do, kind of switch it up. Maybe do something like this. I don't know, what am I doing? Because I want this to be all of his 4 version outfits. And then these are his photo cards where he's wearing his, I think it's his diary version outfit. We'll do that. Yeah. There we go. And then I have this page where he has his darker hair. So again, this is still Golden Hour Part 2, but he went back to a darker hair color for the second half. So I am just trying to theme this page as brown haired Mingi page. And you can kind of see he's like wearing the same outfits for a lot of these POBs. Or just like a darker outfit. I love this one. I love the bread face that he makes. And then Do I want to switch? Let me see here. Oops, sorry. I knocked my camera. Wait, what am I doing? Okay, I think I'll do this, and then I'll have a bit more room for these ones. I don't know, we'll do it like this for now. I'm sure there will be some other POBs that I'll pick up from Golden Hour Part 2 that I can put. I think this is nice. I love this page. I love the blue background, and like I think it looks so well again. Like I think that it works really well against like his platinum blonde works really well against the blue background. Okay, so that's all Golden Hour Part 2. Okay, so now we have Golden Hour Part 1 POBs and exclusives. And I did try to do the same thing that I did for Golden Hour Part 2, which is kind of theme the page based on his hair color. So it's almost like the opposite, where in Golden Hour Part 1, he started out with the platinum blonde hair and then went back to his darker hair, and then Golden Hour Part 1, he started out with his darker hair and then dyed it. And this is Platinum Blonde Mingi, especially when he did the undercut at the beginning of Golden Hour Part 1. The undercut that he had for Mawazine, that's one of my favorite Mingi looks for sure. So that's one page, and then I have my one broadcast card here. I do have more, I think, coming in from one of the group orders, but I, just because of the cost, I'm not like a huge broadcast card collector. So I just have the one. I think this one was like, with the shipping and everything, was about like $30. I think I got it off of, if I recall, I got it off of a Poca Market group order, but definitely not something that I want to spend like $30 or $20 to $30 each time. Oh, what is this? There we go. All right, so that is all of the Golden Hour Part 1. Any sort of exclusives or extras, POBs. There we go. Okay, next up are the POBs from the Will era. And this one is the Mingi glasses page. And here, well, for the most part. Let me see here. Then more. What should I do? Yeah, I'll do this. And there we go. And again, another one of my favorite Mingi looks. Like whenever he's in glasses, I especially love when he's like in the metal frame glasses. And then here he is holding a Dragon Ball Z like ball. I love it. Let me see here. Should I put, these are more Will, and then we're getting into movement. I thought I had, and then there's Outlaw right here. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll just put Will right here. Again, I'm just trying to divide POBs by, what's like a nice way to, sure, let's go with this. that's the POBs for Will. So that's that. Don't know if I have, yeah, I wouldn't have had enough room to put all of that in one page. And then let's do, I only have a few, oh no, I'm wrong. I have quite a bit of Outlaw. Then we'll move to Fever. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So put the 2 pink hair Mingis here. Oh, there's another one. And then that. So that's Outlaw cards. And then don't think, yeah. Then we'll have some movement cards. How do I want to do this? Is there anyone when I want? Okay, I'll put this in the center. And I'll match these 2 up kind of in similar outfits. And I'll put, do that. I might switch it up later in terms of like how I display it, but for now this works. Okay, and then these are Fever POBs, and then I have the Japan release. So I have Not Okay, I have Paradigm, I have 2 Not Okays, and then I have Paradigm. So that'll fill up the last page of the album exclusives. Actually, I'll put Fever. This one's the Beat Road, or yeah, the extended edition. Okay, so I'll put that here. Okay, I'll put the 2 Not Okays up here. Oh. Oh my god. I should put this in carefully. I'm trying to maneuver because I have my phone like right in the middle, so I'm trying to maneuver around it. Okay, and Paradigm goes right here. All right, almost done. Okay, so next up I have season's greetings, membership kits, like the summer photo books, and then any sort of DVD. This is the treasure map photo card. And yeah, so that's all. Is there enough for one page? 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, 12. No. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Maybe I'll just do summer photo book. Yeah. I'll maybe just do these pages first.
Sure, I want this one in the middle. There we go. Come on. There.
Okay, here we go. And then put that here. And again, for now, because, you know, with the expectations that there will probably be more photo cards coming. So I'll just fill up those pages when it happens. So the next group, we have 2 from Mingi's recent birthday MD. And then this is from the, is it the Daikon? Yeah, Daikon. I apologize if that's not how the name is pronounced, but this is from this magazine photo shoot that happened in 2024, like early 2024. These are the photo cards from there.
I'll put this in the middle. Or do this.
I guess I'm just like freestyling what I want the pages to look like. Anyway, I have next up the Okay, so we have Anateez and Ice City. So all of these are Anateez, and then we have 2 from the Ateeny Voyage that I got from a group order. So how do I want to do this? I want this one in the center. So Mingi and his child. Let's see here. I'll put all of the Anateez around here. Then I think I'll put these 2 Polas here. Okay, perfect. So that fills up the whole page. Okay, and then the next are, the last one is any collabs. So these are all Pacific. I think this is the Valentees. And then this is their Cafe Bonbon thing that they did last year as well, where Mingi said he likes the mint chocolate chip like drink. And I'm sorry, I just don't. I'm sorry, Mingi, I just don't like mint chocolate chip. I think it was Hongjun that said like he also hates, he thinks it's like drinking toothpaste. And I'm sorry, I have to agree. Like I will occasionally, if it's like the only option, I will occasionally have a mint chocolate chip, but it's never my first choice. I really enjoyed a lot of the Pacific photo cards that they did. A lot of these photo cards I thought were so, like the concepts around them were so pretty. Like I think this is like the gem astrology one. And then I do also have the like pink sleepover one, I think. No, this wasn't the sleepover one, but the one where they're all pink, and I cannot remember what that concept was called, but there's that as well. So I do have that coming. Mingi photo cards from that Pacific photo shoot coming as well. So at some point I will have to rearrange this, but we'll kind of keep it like this for now. Okay, and that's everything. That is all of the Mingi photo cards, all put away, all stored. At least the album photo cards are kind of stored in some sort of understandable order. Can't wait to start filling up Golden Hour Part 3 and just continuing to work on back collecting for Mingi. But I'm really happy. This is already looking very nice and organized for me, and I managed to put away a bunch of photo cards. So now this is all empty, ready to be filled with more photo cards that are going to be coming in the next couple weeks. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed looking through the Mingi collection. I would really love it if you would let me know, are you collecting Mingi? Are you collecting any other members from Ateez? Or are you focused on other groups that you're collecting all of their albums and pops for? Let me know. But otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Bye!